Oh, that's not plugged in. Oops. I guess I'll take my levothyroxine while I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, it's every 70,000 points? I thought it was 100. I guess it only feels that way because it's 30,000 and 60,000. Oh, that was my email. Hang on. Ugh. Hello, chat. I feel like garbage. Emailed work to say I'm not coming in. Also, despite all the Ambien, I only slept like 2.5 hours. Also, I might have taken more. We'll see if that helps. Probably not. I don't know what it is either. Kinda out of it today. Oh, sorry. Hang on, I should blow my nose. I can't pause. Hang on. Oops. Anyway. Called out of work and took some more sleeping crap. So I'm waiting for that to kick in, I guess. Playing some Gavagoobs in the interim. God, I wish this game just kept a recording of every single run-through of this I've played. Just shows a bunch of ghost Arthurs running along beside me to see how I'm keeping pace with the other ones. Less like Trackmania, but for ghouls and ghosts. Oh, I want that. Video games. Chat, why is sleep so difficult? Why does it just not happen? Who did that? Why did they do that to me? I feel like I'm naturally inclined to just be lazy and not want to do anything and lie around and sleep, but for whatever reason, it's like the rest of my body's not in full agreement that's what I ought to be doing. And then it just doesn't happen. I just kind of lie there thinking, like, oh, I should be sleeping right now. All the conditions to sleep are met, and yet it does not seem to be actually occurring. I thought about buying sleep on Amazon. God, I wish. I've bought, like, Amazon melatonin. Actually, no, I do buy sleep on Amazon. I get all my drugs delivered via Amazon. So they're the ones delivering the Lunesta, they're the ones delivering the Ambien, or the Ativan, or what have you. Trazodone. It's a Timapalooza. Hi, it's me. I'm tired. I did not really sleep, and I feel like shit. And I took the day off. The end. I took more sleep drugs and I'm waiting for them to kick in. It's the perpetual struggle of, like, taking the heavy-duty sleep meds to try and actually function while also not developing a physical addiction to them. As I've been writing that review about GABAergic modulators, and like, well, one of the main weaknesses of benzodiazepines and Z drugs is that they're highly physically addictive. I say with one under my tongue. I'm telling you, I should have just not gotten into neuroscience and done, like, plant research. There's no random conflicts, there's no, like, oh, this aspect of you is actually a major problem and we don't have any good meds to solve it. It's just trees. Everyone likes trees. They're green. Have you ever been mad at a tree? I don't think so. I mean, I guess if it, like, fell on your car, maybe. But it's not the tree's fault specifically. Yeah, but I don't work in microRNAs. Not specifically, really. I just work in psychiatry. Far more or less useful to a tree. Neuroscience is all about miRNAs sometimes. Is it? I guess. Like, every time I go to Society for Neuroscience, I'm always just amazed at the amount of people there and all the research that is conducted under the neuroscience umbrella. And then you're like, oh yeah, that part of the body is, I guess, connected to the whole thing. The whole nervous system. I'm mostly just like a... I don't know. In grad school, I was mostly an electrophysiologist. So we just looked at, like, receptor actions. And only really ionotropic receptors. Metabotropic receptors can get stuffed. I don't care about your protein cascades, I just want neurotransmitter goes in, ion goes out, or vice versa. And even then, I'm mostly just thinking about, like, chloride influx. Just do one of those, like, that one internet meme. It's like, oh, slaps the roof of this pyramidal cell. I could fit so many chloride ions in here. And the car salesman's a GABA A receptor. Everyone laughed. You're all laughing. It's a very funny bit. Is that better than this? Probably not. It's also not a funny bit. Please don't laugh. Also, if I get increasingly difficult to understand, just assume that is the Ambien kicking in. The 7:30 a.m. Ambien. I don't know how it can be so effective at making you want to sleep, and then just, like, oh, 3 hours later, congrats, you're wide awake now. Cool, thanks. There's like no inertia for it. Or it just burns itself out really fast. Why can't it be like the 50s so I can just ruin my life on barbiturates and sleep for 3 days? Yeah, I'm kinda tempted to try one of those dual orexin antagonist drugs. But the reviews on them are not great. I haven't done a lot of research into, you know, outcomes. I guess the only intriguing thing about them to me is that it's a neural system that my current mentor worked on, or did at least his thesis research on. It's not like he came up with the drug or anything, but... you know, there's that connection. And also that it's a totally separate class of drug. Shit. So maybe that'll do something, versus just another Z drug, another benzo. Though, I still think about that one drugs.com review for that Dora brand name, Belsamra. That was like, my dad took this and in 2 days he killed himself. You are messing with parts of the brain that are not to be touched. And I don't know who this person is who wrote that review, or like, you know, what kind of authority they have in terms of saying, oh, well, this is your lizard brain, and if you do anything to it, you will ruin your life and then die. But it did give me pause. At least. Maybe next time I see my psychiatrist, I'll just go and request that one. Like, hey, either it helps me sleep or it makes me kill myself, and honestly, at this point, I will take either option. That's what we call motivation. I got an email from the utility company last night. I want you to know that even if you're not doing your part to save the planet, my energy usage year over year is down 20% from 2023. You're welcome. I've done it. I've saved the planet. Not you. Me. I am the planet. They're gonna rename Earth to Mono Orb and then blow up the other planets. We could be the only one. That's what we should do. We should go, like, full Machiavellian on it. Instead of this fascination from, like, Elon Musk and others about how Earth has to be the planetary, or how Earth has to be not restricted to just being one planet and can travel the stars, and humanity's got to be persistent throughout the galaxy and the universe. I'm of the opposite opinion that we have to specifically contain people to Earth. Nowhere else. We mustn't let them multiply. But also in the interim, that means we've got to get conditions here so good that there's really no reason why you'd want to be anywhere else. And by doing that, by single-handedly using 20% less electricity, according to the town of Boston, we're well on our way to this utopia, where I will be heralded as a hero for my foresight in running the refrigerator a little bit warmer, or for not turning the heat on despite it being mid-October in New England. No, I'm just not really using as much electricity. I mean, I haven't really been doing very much to begin with. Most of it's just there to, like, keep the fridge running or to keep the AC going in the summer. But in the winter, like, whatever. Wear socks, wear pajama pants. Bake a lot of bread so the oven's always on. I think I've only ever had one night terror. And it was bad, but it also didn't persist for very long. Maybe just a couple of seconds of, like, sleep paralysis, and that was that. Actually, what about instead of getting, like, step-by-step, you know, development of turning mankind into an international or an interplanetary species, we just, like, load, like, 10 people into capsules and shoot them off into space, hope one of them shows back up, and then we colonize that planet, or asteroid or moon or what have you. Sure, will, like, 99.9% of you die? Almost absolutely. But you're doing it for humanity. You're doing it for me. Ouch. Is that a thing? The interstellar plan? It's 7 AM and I'm riffing. I'm also inadvertently conducting plagiarism. Please don't tell H-Bomber guy. I was thinking the intro to Halo. Actually. I gotta get this paper done, and then I gotta get this talk done, and then I gotta do a bunch of other crap. Gotta run more experiments. I'm telling you, it's like really a drag that, you know, to be considered a scientist, one has to actively be doing science. I can't just say like, oh, I got my PhD, I'm a scientist, wahoo. It's like, no, sorry, it's this slog forever. Write papers, meet deadlines, write grants. I guess that's just the way that work works. I don't know. I never had a real job. There's always lab stuff. So I've just been insulated into all of that. Jerry Seinfeld voice. These benzos are making me sleepy. Everyone laughs. The 13-year-old I'm dating accompanies me off the stage and tells me that that was a great joke. That I died in a car crash. Due to narcolepsy. Or driving under the influence of a Z drug. Also, thank you for the random people that came across my Blue Sky account and followed it. I think one of the things that's been kind of bumming me out, kind of in aggregate, is the steady transition away from like all the online crap I've used to do. And it's not even really the streams specifically as much as it's like the social media chat aspect. Where like, yeah, you know, is your life going great in real life? Maybe not. Do you not have a whole lot of friends or a lot of people to talk to in real life? Nah, not really. But there is the internet. There is Twitter. There is Twitch. You can just turn that on and then feel halfway decent about yourself. Have a host of people to interact with. But other really than this channel, I've been kind of unilaterally pulling away from most of that other stuff. And I guess I'm kind of jonesing for it again. But now with the added paranoia of not actually doing the thing that anybody actually knew about me for years, and then still expecting someone to find my life interesting just by virtue of me existing. Anyway, regardless, thank you for that. I'll have streams up at some point. Just don't really know what I want to play. You know, I guess it's the depression talking, but it's just... Well, what do you want? I don't know, nothing. Really, I want to get through the day. Well, do you want to do anything more than that? Nope. Lie around and watch YouTube. Maybe coerce a friend to lie around and watch YouTube with me. Consume from the slop pipe. The television slop pipe, to clarify. And then it's midnight and go to bed and do it again. I don't really know what I would play, if any games really reach out, what I would really do in any of those games. Sorry, this is turning into a pity party, isn't it? keep in mind in like 30 minutes I'm probably going to start feeling extra wobbly from the sleepy drugs. But maybe I could run, or make a run through to completion before that. Also, one weird side effect with Ambien that I haven't noticed, nor have I really seen people talk about, is that sometimes it really makes you want to just sob. You know, like, past just crying, just like full-throated sobbing. Which I will try to keep to a minimum on this stream. It's not like something that's totally autonomic and you can't control, but it's definitely an urge that it kind of instills in you. Which makes it even more baffling that they don't have some sort of brand deal with Kleenex. Good, cool, normal. What could you do better than that? Press start button. Never. Sorry, I'm checking my emails. Oops. Whenever I write an email saying like, hey, I'm not feeling great and I'm not going to make it to work, sorry. And then I get a response that's like, oh, so sorry to hear that, feel better soon. Feel like the worst person on the planet. You know, I'm not like dying of a communicable disease, I just feel shit. And have not really slept. But also, I think all we'd really be doing today is just having a meeting, and then going out to lunch. Say hi to one of the collaborators. Seems like it would have been a relatively light day, all told, anyway. Oh, have you heard of the Mouse Utopia experiment? If you have, that sentence means nothing to you, or haven't, but if you have, you should know that one of our collaborators in Korea got a grant from the Korean government, effectively trying to work out why the birth rates are so low, and in doing so, they're looking to replicate the Mouse Utopia experiment. You know, like where you give mice, or mouse colonies ad libitum access to food and water and everything, and just kind of see how societal orders and hierarchies naturally develop and what that might say about like the human condition and, I don't know, fertility. I kind of thought the Mouse Utopia experiment was not super scientifically valuable, but the idea that they're doing it again in order to actually glean data from it this time is kind of funny. And because it's from somebody who works with our lab, albeit in Korea, I think we've been offered to go down and check at some point. So that'll be fun. Watch a bunch of mice just kind of meander around in their mouse hotels. It's like the kind of thing that you think about as a kid when you daydream about getting hamsters. Like, whoa, what if all the hamsters lived together and they had a little city and they had little rooms and a little society? And they all die in 2 years. But I'm sure this will be probably well more thought out than that one. Ouch. Maybe I should take mushrooms again at some point. Last time it didn't really help a whole lot, but I don't think it really made anything worse either. But I'm kind of stuck in a funk for the past couple of months. I say as if it's not been a persistent funk for the past however many years. Might be worth a shot again, I don't know. Someone's offered me MDMA, and I don't know if that's any better. Maybe I'll just go back on all the lazy, or lousy antidepressants. Oh yeah, sign me back up for Prozac! I know it did not work the first time, and made doing certain things surprisingly difficult. I will not elaborate. But sure, let's try it again. Every now and then I'm kind of tempted to try Wellbutrin again, because that was the only one that kind of worked. Made it so I didn't really have to eat much food, or sleep much at all, but I would just feel well rested and energized and all of that. But after a while, like, that even stopped working, so I don't know. They have Auvelity now, which is this DXM Wellbutrin combo drug that's supposed to act on NMDA receptors in some way or other to produce what they call a ketamine-like effect. I haven't really looked at the lit for that too much. I'm not sure if they're talking about it being like ketamine-like as in it's, you know, disinhibitory to pyramidal excitatory cells, or ketamine-like as in it potentiates AMPA-mediated currents through some other mechanism or metabolite. But it's something. Something other than just, hey, what if we jiggle around the levels of monoamine neurotransmitters in your brain and maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Is there any real evidence that this would be the solution? Not really. But there are so many drugs on the market, you might as well try 1, 2, 13 of them. Oh, I thought that'd be an armor upgrade. I meant to do that. Oops. Oh no. The lack of coordination is setting in. It's only a matter of time before I roll out of this chair onto bed and then sleep for another 2.5 hours and feel even shittier. Although at the very least I am really thankful that I've got this kind of flexibility with work. Like, I'm probably just gonna get more sleep and feel more like a human being, and then just go back to writing anyway. I don't know, maybe I'll try that dual orexin receptor antagonist drug at some point, just to try it, see if it does anything. I don't have especially high hopes, and maybe this is just due to oversights in my graduate training, but I hadn't heard of orexins up until joining this lab. And I realize everybody in neuroscience has their own pet project and their pet model and mechanism, but in the antidepressant sphere, that was never really anything that came up very much, or at all. Or even really sleep as a concept. You know, like we'd give animals drugs and see how they perform on certain behavioral tasks, or look at like cortical EEG activity over a period of hours. But we really didn't put a whole lot of stock into, you know, oh, is the animal awake? Is it asleep? What does that mean? What do these oscillations mean? We're just looking at, you know, a very limited piece of that. And part of the proposal that I'm putting out there is saying, like, well, actually, we can maybe make a dent in a lot of these different psychiatric illnesses if we're able to improve sleep quality as defined by, like, you know, higher intensity or longer duration or something. Delta wave activity in non-REM sleep. So, you know, you're well rested and all your synaptic networks are primed for plasticity and can therefore adapt and change to challenges around you. I don't know. I hate this game. Should I play more Ghouls and Ghosts? I don't really want to, but I don't know what else I'd play. I kind of just want to talk, but I don't really have anything to talk about either. Other than just mopey shit. F-22 Interceptor. I guess I could play more Sonic Spinball. That's upsetting. It doesn't really require a whole lot of thought on my end. Oh, it's so cold. Or maybe not. The little thermometer on my desk says it's 66.6. You would think that would feel hotter. Honestly, level 1 of this Sonic Spinball game is not that bad. I think if all the levels were of similar quality, this game wouldn't really be looked upon so poorly. But I don't know. There are too many ways, especially in level 3 onward, where you can just die immediately. And you've got so little control over Sonic and Sonic Spinball anyway that that's really not what you want. Oh, I'll get up there, Sonic. Also, good morning, chat. We should have another marathon. I don't know how I'd put in it, though. Kind of lost touch with most of the old game. And some of them are just probably not going to come back. Good morning. Welcome to the I took off sick because I can't sleep stream. Where I've taken 2 Ativan's. I mean 2 Ambien. And maybe an Ativan on top of that, because who cares? I'm waiting to fall back asleep at some point. Get on with the rest of my day. Writing this paper. Worm bag always saying that. I love bag of worms. Not a metaphor. Euphemism. Oh, I didn't pull the switch yet, did I? And weren't the creators of that Yick game coming out with another RPG? Is that supposed to be done anytime soon? I kind of always wanted to play Yick, but it's not good. I guess not everything has to be good, it at least just has to be interesting. But I don't even know if it's that, or if it's just kind of broken and grindy in a way that no one really wants. Chat, have any of you played Yick, however you say it? I keep getting all these emails from another hospital I'm affiliated with, but I don't do any work there. So I don't really know what to do with those emails. Just read them and think, wow, glad I'm not that sucker, and then 2 weeks later HR is showing up like, hey, you didn't do any of your stuff. You are, in fact, that sucker. You are April's Fool today. Honestly, they should have just released Sonic Spinball as a $20 video game and gave it like 2 levels. Also ignore the trash man outside. Or don't. He's your beloved public servant. Deserves your respect. I ignore him though, considering all the bags of trash I've yet to bring down. Maybe that's recycling. Way to go, Sonic. You know, I feel like if I made a pinball machine designed to torture my greatest nemesis, I would also not program in praises for it. Yeah, Robotnik sucks. Maybe the the Vego Fortress pinball machine in this game has shifted gears and now it's on Sonic's side. Because he just plays pinball that well. And now they're friends. Noise. Emerald power. Oh, I'm so tired. It's such a rip-off how all these sleep meds are just Like, okay, well, do you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep? Actually, don't bother answering. Whatever you say, the pills are gonna do the same thing. One's maybe got a longer half-life than the other, but that's about it. Maybe it engages the target less robustly. Wow, that's loud, I'm sorry. Welcome to the modern wonder of public sanitation. Do you think this is a better pinball game than Microsoft 3D Pinball, the demo from Windows 2000? I haven't played that for ages. Yeah, I know it's got more than Space Cadet. Is Space Cadet Pinball better than the Toxic Caves Pinball in Sonic Spinball? That's a lot of balls. It's not really a jump. It's more of a trundle. Alright. Guess I'll play more of this. I wonder if Robotnik regenerates those parts. Almost certainly. I mean, he's off screen. It's a Sega Genesis game. If stuff moves far enough off screen, it effectively ceases to exist. I should watch a speedrun of this game. I wonder if it's interesting. Or just like, yeah, here's a dude who plays Spinball really well. Oh, it didn't regen. I like how this is just a spider robot. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't attack you. It's just there, guarding its hole. And now it's dead. And its hole is mine! I kinda wish they just made Sonic Spinball this. Just Sonic playing an actual pinball machine. Freeing his Archie comic friends. except they're all, like, Ken Pender's characters. Just 1,000 Knuckles recolors comes out. Oh, you saved Julie Sue. Whoever those other ones are. Good. Loser! Jesus. Little unnecessary. Hang on. Phone's lighting up. But I'm not. Man, I should do another one of those marathons. I wonder if part of the reason that I'm down is, like, just having been so divorced from all the online content that I used to do, that used to feel fundamental to me as an individual. But now I don't really do much of any of it. It just kind of ends up feeling like I don't really do anything, or I've got, like, lesser value than I used to. It's a job for therapy, for sure. Can have one of those Hank Hill therapists be trying to explain all this stuff to. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? Do I look like I know what a Twitch.tv is? And then I'll say, oh, well, it's like Justin TV. And I'll say, oh, Justin TV. Why didn't you say so? Whatever happened to the Justin from Justin TV guy? Went to live off in paradise with that guy from MySpace. God, I can only hope. Yeah, but he already was doing photography. Just at, like, 60 frames a second. Honestly, the Justin TV guy going off after making Justin TV and then just living a quiet life where he does photography as a hobby is almost the same as George Bush retiring and painting a bunch of mediocre pictures of dogs after orchestrating the Iraq War. In fact, those two things are completely identical. No, I will not be taking questions. Oh, that's right. It's this way. This game has so many digital fart sounds in it. The act of playing this just sounds like a peptic ulcer. or like nausea. What's the point of going over here? I have to bust the thing. They should hire me to run Twitch. I'll do a great job. I'll ban everybody. Except content that I personally deem funny, which is none of it. Every stream has to have Sonic the Hedgehog or Garfield in it. Or you're banned. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. The rules are decreed upon me from space, from the cosmos. No, on Monday you have to play the Garfield game. Any Garfield game, but any non-Garfield game will be banned. Imagine just playing a pinball game and one of the things that pops up on the screen and flashes at you just says, "The chain is unstable." Also, what is that icon in the bottom right? The, like, flashy blue and orange thing. Is that supposed to be trying to show me where I am in relation to the rest of it? Or is it just a glitch? I think it's just a glitch. For a brief second, I was really impressed by this game because I thought it had a mini-map showing me my relative progress through the different tiers of this pinball level, and then realized, no, it's just pixel garbage. Dang you, Sega. Crushed my hearts yet again. All three of them. Yeah, I'm gonna make it so you can only stream in one room. I'm gonna rent out a conference center and turn it into Twitch HQ, and you can only stream there. It's gonna be a new commune specifically for streaming. It'll be fine. Well, WeWork might have worked if it were called WeStream. That's all I'm saying. It'll be great. I'll play Sonic for like a couple hours a week and tend my lemon trees, make jam, bake bread, advertise for Factor microwavable meals, and the inevitable data breach target that will be BetterHelp. It'll be great. Kids will love it. Oh, I have a fair amount of pictures of the lemon trees. I haven't taken too many pictures of them recently, though. Really a whole lot of pictures of anything. Just been busy at work, or not really doing anything. Not really too much to photograph. Like, I haven't taken a selfie in many months. Oops. Yeah, I just want to live in an orchid. I mean, an orchard. That's what I meant. Oh, orchiectomy. Maybe I'll just turn Twitch into a lemon farm. Kids love citrus. If I know anything about kids, it's that they love citrus. I don't have pinball fever, I just have a low-grade fever and not much sleep. It's going great. All those sleep meds are so bad, dude. I wish one of them worked. Wow, that almost looked like I planned that. I guarantee you, I did not. Animal prison. I wonder if you die in here. Oh, you don't. Oh, that's the animal prison. I don't really need to play this part, do I? Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll beat this legitimately. I don't think I've ever actually beaten it. Legitimately or not. How's it going? I don't know. I feel kind of crap. I haven't been sleeping well. That's about it. You know, the standard. Hate my life and want to die. I think there are like symbols in this level somewhere showing me specifically where I'm supposed to be shot, but I don't really know what they mean. So I keep getting stuck in this loop. Do you hold that up and go through, maybe? Yeah, whatever. Oops. Sure. Is that 3? I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, for this, I guess you just shoot it. I have zero idea how this level's laid out, though. Drew, the flipper catch. I'm making frozen ravioli for breakfast because you have nothing else. And once you eat that ravioli, then you'll really have nothing. What is a man with no ravioli? Why, he's no man at all. thoughts on the link between sleep deprivation and Sonic/Garfield fan identification. Buddy, you plot out that scatter plot and the line is perfectly straight. R² value of 1. Correlation could not be clearer. Ugh. Well, do I jump on that? Do I go in the chute or do I go up? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, that's not the answer. Okay. I like how you can also barely see that platform, especially when you first make it on here. Oh. Oh. I thought they just electrocuted me. It's kind of high effort. It's just not very fun. It's not very clear where you're expected to go. Well, it's uniquely mediocre because they had to delay Sonic 3. Because it was originally going to be Sonic 3 and Knuckles in one cart. So to have a Sonic game out for the holiday season, they had a different team put this thing together. Is that not it? I feel like you get an emerald by loosening all these things up. Like, almost certainly. Ah, shit. And how do I get back up there? Ah. Wow, that was an ultra cool slide. I think you'll agree. I don't know if the ambience kicked in yet. I think if I stood up and tried to move around, I'd really notice. Maybe I'll just ask for increasingly higher dosages and steadily ruin my life. But like for the bit. Well, I took one at like 7. I took the day off. I didn't really sleep and I don't feel very good. And today is mostly just a lab meeting and a lab lunch, and not super critical that I be there. Like, I guess it'd be good for the sake of networking and let my boss show me off, but I don't know, I just feel like garbage. And I've got work to get done with looming deadlines. So I'd rather just sleep in a bit and then wake up and be mostly well rested and then go and do the work that I've got to get done. Versus spending most of the day just kind of half paying attention to a presentation. I don't know. I'm not a very good scientist. I'm an okay scientist, but I've got bad work ethic. No, it's a sleep lab, not a depression lab anymore. One day I will figure out how to sleep. Today, however, it's not that day. Still one that's unlocked. Or, still locked. Did that... Oh! I thought there was an emerald in there. Oh, I don't know where to go then. I think I roughly have an idea. God, these jumps. I think it's on the left side. Maybe. It's almost certainly not in that. This would be one of those games that if you could hit start and it would zoom out and show you the rest of the map, that would be great. Why would they do that? Or if I just bat him around a bit. I don't know. I don't know if people really have fondness for Sonic Spinball. Especially in this day and age. Like, I can understand being a kid and liking it. Like, it's got computer bits, it's got Sonic, it's got pinball. As an adult, I don't know. It's just kind of depressing. Loop of Deception. I've been in that one before. So, that one's the deception loop. And that one's normal, which I can't reach. Oh. God damn it. Where's the loop of self-destruction? Buddy, you're in it. Me too. How? How? Does that even work? Happy Friday. Yeah, you too. I'm gonna be working. Sleeping, hopefully soon. I don't really want to play any more of this. Nothing's happening and I'm stuck in it somewhere. I guess I'll make a save state. Oops, that was load state. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, I'm gonna go to bed, I guess. Bye, have fun, see you guys.